I'm Scott Smith.
And I'm Nicole Privino. On Park Update this week, STEP is looking for your help during the holidays.
If you miss the bus, it's because the bus is missing. We'll explain.
Connect the Park is welcoming your input on ideasinthepark.org.
These stories and more just ahead on the update. Prism Express bus service that has served the northwest suburbs for many years, including St. Louis Park the past few years, has discontinued its dial-a-ride service. While it is valuable, offering this service comes at a cost that Prism's board of directors said it can no longer bear. Prism board chair Betty Folliard said the program is very costly and the problem is that there isn't the funding available. Transportation programs like this are very difficult to fund. Folliard went on to say this decision allows Prism to focus on its core programs such as the food shelf and homelessness prevention.
If you attended a Connect the Park neighborhood meeting, the city would like to hear your feedback. We've set up a discussion board on ideasinthepark.org for each of the proposed 2013-2014 sidewalks and trail segments. Ideas in the Park is one of the city's online communication tools that welcomes residents' ideas and feedback. Simply sign up using your email or connect with your Facebook account and then get started discussing the project.
Well, now that we've had our first substantial snowfall, take advantage of Park Alert to stay up to date on winter parking bans. The city's citizen notification system allows you to register for email alerts, texts, and phone calls. Remember, parking is banned every time, day or night, snowfall reaches 3 inches. More information and online registration is available at stlouispark.org. Click on the Park Alert button located near the top right of the home page.
The St. Louis Park Fire Department and Park Tavern have begun their annual holidays in the community. New unwrapped toys can be donated at the Park Tavern, 3401 Louisiana Avenue South. Toys will be taken to the Perspectives Family Center by the Fire Department. They will then be distributed to needy families in the community. Questions can be directed to the Fire Department at 952-924-2595.
Well, if you remember Green Shag Carpet, Lava Lamps, The Captain and Tennille, and the soundtrack from Saturday Night Fever, then grab your friends and head to the historic Milwaukee Road Depot into a winter wonderland from the 1970s. The St. Louis Park Historical Society invites you to come see the depot's waiting room transformed into a green shag living room, decorated with items those of us of a certain age will remember from childhood, or you younger folks remember from Granny's house. The event spans several days, so you have many opportunities to come relive life in the 70s and keep on trucking. This will be a great time for all of you Flashback of St. Louis Park Facebookers to visit each other face-to-face at the Historical Society. But, of course, everyone is welcome. The dates and times are Saturday and Sunday, December 7th and 8th from 1 to 4 p.m. On Tuesday, December 10th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And it wraps up on Saturday and Sunday, December 14th and 15th from 1 to 4 p.m. Up next, did you or do you now skate at the Roller Garden? In May 1930, Herbert B. Allen of Middlebrook, Virginia, opened the Pastime Arena Indoor Riding Academy at 5622 West Lake Street. It was designed to seat 2,000 people for horse shows, extending the riding season into the cold weather. There was a dirt floor and a balcony for the judges. The roof was made of copper, which was removed during World War II. The arena was the first permanent building for holding horse shows in the Twin Cities other than the pavilion at the State Fairgrounds. In 1941, it was called the Lilac Way Riding Academy and Pastime Arena, featuring indoor riding and beautiful bridle paths. In the winter, the owners would flood the floor and make the facility available for figure and general skating. Competent instructions, good natural ice, music by electric organ. In mid-1943, Arthur Eaton installed a wooden floor to half the arena and added roller skating to the offerings. The neighborhood was up in arms, however, citing noise and lack of supervision as reasons why the activity should be stopped. 6 months later, the issue had gone all the way to district court. In 1944, the Pastime Arena roller skating shared the facility with the Lilac Way Riding Academy. The facility was called the Pastime Arena Roller Rink, one of the world's largest rinks.
From 1945 to 1948, the facility was rented and operated by C.E. Pete Peterson. Village Council minutes in 1947 show that I.H. Rickerman and Peterson were admonished not to have horses on public streets. All lessons were to be held inside. Many people remember seeing people riding horses alongside Highway 100. Roller skaters in the 1940s must have been a rowdy group, for in 1947 and 48, the village added special police for the rink, and in 1948 the village council saw it necessary to pass a roller rink ordinance. In 1950, Arthur J. Eaton presented plans to turn the property into a shopping center. There was much resistance to the motion, and it did not happen. About 1957, the facility was given over to tennis. The arena was plagued with birds who disrupted the action, and the huge windows created patterns of light and shadow, further flummoxing players.
Everybody's heard about the bird.
In 1948, manager Larry Tobin came before the city council to request permission to hold a public dance at the arena on October 3rd from 10 to 11:30. Only Councilmember Jorvik voted nay, and subsequent dances were approved as well. In 1969, the building was purchased by the current owner, Bill Solly, and his father-in-law, Russell Johnson. It was still a tennis venue in 1976 when the owners got in trouble with the city for painting a huge tennis racket on the building. Tennis was dropped in the late 1970s as better courts became available and the boomers made roller skating popular again. From 1930 to today, this amusement palace has survived, a St. Louis Park landmark, with or without its rooftop dinosaur.
STEP, the St. Louis Park Emergency Program, will hold its annual toy shop on Thursday, December 19th. STEP is accepting new toys and gift card donations now until Tuesday, December 17th. For a shopping list of most needed new toys per age group, which are infant, toddler, children age 4 to 8, children age 8 to 10, and youth 11 to 17, please visit the STEP website, stepslp.org.
STEP is also in the process preparing holiday food bags for STEP clients and their families. If you are interested in donating food at this time, they have prepared a top 10 most wanted food items list. Find the complete list at stepslp.org. Just a quick note that STEP can only accept non-perishable food items and are unable to accept frozen or refrigerated items. Donations can be dropped off at the back entrance, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesdays, noon to 8 p.m., and Fridays from 8 a.m. until noon. More information about STEP programs is available at stepslp.org.
Just ahead, Nicole has events for the young and the young at heart on Generations.
Aquila, Peter Hobart, and Susan Lindgren Kindergarten Info Night is December 10th at 6:30 p.m. Visit the schools on these dates to learn more about the curriculum offerings and other educational opportunities. It's for all families with kindergarten students starting in the fall of 2014. The next monthly birthday party, sponsored by the St. Louis Park Senior Program, is on Wednesday, December 11th, 1:30 to 3 p.m. All are welcome to come and enjoy the celebration and be entertained by Dale Preston as he presents a tribute to Frank Sinatra. Reservations are taken on a first-come, first-served basis for the Lunch Bunch, which goes on an outing once a month. Register now for the next outing, a trip to downtown Macy's on Monday, December 16th from 11 a.m. to 2:45 p.m. Participants will enjoy a delicious lunch in the cozy ambience of the Oak Grill, followed by a visit to the 8th floor auditorium to see the famous A Day in the Life of an Elf display. One of the several services offered at Lennox is the free blood pressure check. Scheduled monthly, the next one is Tuesday, December 10th, 8:30 to 9 a.m. in the gym and 9 to 9:30 a.m. in the lounge. For more information on these and all senior programs, call 952-928-6444. Did you know that 61% of young people are involved in sports, clubs, or organizations at school or in the community at least 3 hours a week? Encourage your children and their friends to try something new. Take them skiing or to the theater or to a neighborhood association meeting to develop their appetite for further involvement. Children First Asset number 18. Youth programs. Young person spends 3 or more hours per week in sports, clubs, or organizations at school and/or in community organizations.
In council news, the St. Louis Park City Council held its annual Truth and Taxation hearing this week. A final budget is expected to be approved at its December 16th meeting. Staff has proposed a 2014 final property tax of approximately $25.5 million, a 3.5% tax increase of 2013. The proposed tax levies and utility rates will help support necessary city services, capital improvements, and debt service obligations in 2014. If you have questions on the city budget, feel free to contact the city's controller, Brian Swanson. Call Brian at 952-924-2683, or you can shoot him an email at bswanson@stlouispark.org. Also, the City Council this week accepted a Louisiana Station Area Framework and Design Guidelines report related to the Southwest LRT line. Working with residents, business owners, and other community partners, the report was developed to help guide future development near the Louisiana Station area. The guidelines reflect an opportunity to move more office space and recreational amenities over time into an area that now includes the Park Nicollet Hospital and many industrial uses. Check out the council meeting, replaying now on Park TV 17 for the complete presentation, or watch on demand at parktv.org. Now, here's Misty Lewis with the Sports Break.
Derek Keller, a young St. Louis Park resident, passed away after a long and hard battle with leukemia. Derek was an icon at Dakota Park Ball Field. At their January 7, 2013 City Council meeting, Council approved the renaming of the ball field Derek Keller Field. As a part of the naming of the ball field and installation of the scoreboard, individual donations were received in the amount of $14,500. Contributors included Independent School District 283, Churchill Plastics, St. Louis Park Dugout Club, family and friends of the baseball community, and the St. Louis Park Hockey Association. The sign was installed this past summer, and a dedication ceremony honored Derek Keller. Spencer Noss scored a hat trick, and Benilde St. Margaret's gave coach Ken Pauley his 400th career victory on Friday night with a 7-2 win at Duluth-Denfeld. There's a lot of satisfaction in it, Pauley said, of his milestone win. After the first 7 or 8 years, I thought it would have taken 40 years to get here. Pauley went on to say, those wins haven't just come during the regular season either. We've won some big games in sections and at state. But to win 400 games, it really takes longevity, and I've been fortunate. Congratulations, Ken Pauley, and thanks to the Minnesota Hockey Coaches Association for the story. Park TV 16 stayed pretty close to the dinner table last week during the Thanksgiving holiday, but is now ready to bring you all the winter prep sports action. Look for live televised high school hockey schedules as well as non-televised basketball games by going to parktv.org, click on 16 local sports and events. As always, check out the sports ticker below for the latest Orioles and Red Knight sports scores. That's your Park Update Sports Break. I'm Misty Lewis.
Well, that's it for this week's Park Update. Thank you for watching.
Now be sure you take some time to get out there and experience life in the park.